Okay, 2025, so it's a new year, right? And I'm here in one of my favorite parks in the area where I live. And yes, I know it's a vertical video, and a lot of you don't like that, and my head's chopped off to boot, but I don't have my selfie stick with me, so we're all just going to have to make do here. Hear the birds? It's a beautiful day in the park. Let me show you some of it without revealing where I am. There's water right there. It's a nice place. Nice place. Let's see if my water bottle will hold this. No, it won't. I can just hold it like this, but it's going to be a little shaky, right? So, January 1st, and I decided to change some of my patterns, and one of the patterns is to stop hanging out inside my apartment and being scared. I also want to thank creators on YouTube who, because of their practice and what they do, have helped me to see a lot of where I've been going wrong. And I want to talk about some of those things today. And one of the things that I notice is the lies that I tell myself, the negative phrases that I use. And it's a funny thing because my therapist and I are going over that too. And I want to tell you some of the things I say about myself. You're too old. You're a cripple. You're too poor. You're safe where you're at. You shouldn't take risks at this age. You don't need any challenges. Just breathing is a challenge. You're fat. You can't lose weight. You'll never get healthy again. And I know I don't believe all of these things I tell myself, but when you keep reinforcing it by speaking it, you become that what you believe. You move toward your most predominant thought. Another thing that really opened my eyes with one of these creators on YouTube was the question, who are you? Wow. You could have pushed me over with a feather on that one. I was like a million thoughts came pouring into my mind. First, I thought about who I was. I was young, pretty healthy, strong. I didn't have a lot of fear. I mean, I'd been through so many rough things in my life that what was there left to be afraid of? Death? Death doesn't scare me. I just see it as a new adventure. Somewhere I've never been. Somewhere with unlimited possibilities. So death doesn't scare me. Suffering bothers me. Pain. But I've been in a lot of pain, guys. When I wake up in the morning, it feels like there's a spike driven right through my sacrum, and that sets the tone for me to start saying these negative things to myself. You're a cripple. You can't do this. Don't even try. Just stay here and be miserable. Now, today is an absolutely drop-dead gorgeous day in Florida. I'm even wearing a sweater and long pants. It's sweater weather, guys. And, delightful 8-mile-an-hour breeze. I think it's 60-something degrees. Humidity's way down to 52%. It is perfect. I'll tell you something. If every day was like this, I'd want to stay. And unfortunately, this winter, it has been outrageously hot, even this winter. I mean, I don't care for 80s and 83% plus humidity. I can't stand it. I don't want to go out in it. Today, when I read what the weather was, and because I wanted to start emptying the van out, I had some garbage I had to get rid of, so I took care of that. And then I reorganized what was left in it, and I need to take a box over to my kids. Bonnie wants a particular artifact that was my husband's, and I want to make sure the kids I don't want there to be resentments or them to say, well, why does she get that and we don't? And, things like that. So I have to bring that over to them. Oh, that's a cool little electric scooter. But you got to kind of balance. I kind of need a four-wheeler. Or do I? I don't know. But yeah, everybody's out. Everyone's enjoying the park. It's really nice. So, that question remains, who am I? I know who I was. I was an active mom raising kids. I was a wife. I was a part business owner and a very hard worker. I loved adventure and travel then, and that remains. I still love travel and adventure now, but I don't want to fly. I don't want to stay in hotels. I don't really want to do the campground thing. Maybe like once a week, just to like do laundry and get showered up. Maybe if I could find a cheap enough one, maybe in a state park. I don't know. But those are all possibilities, But who am I now? I'm still relatively fearless. I mean, what kind of a crazy 66-year-old just like ends her flight? I've done that twice last year. I walked away from a return flight twice and rented a car and drove home because I want to drive. And waiting 7 hours in an airport for what? It's like, I don't think so. Get me a car fast. Oh, wait, look. I don't have anything for you. Sorry. They're looking for food. They're spooky looking. My daughter Bonnie, she loves birds. My mom loved birds, but they creep me out. They remind me of that thing on Popeye. What was it called? What was that thing? It was all... Go away! Go away! Ah. Okay, so anyway, I'm trying to talk low enough so that not the whole world will hear me, but, oh, look how his feathers stand up. Look. That's so weird looking. His doesn't do that. Is it the wind? Anyway. Does it matter if I'm crippled in an apartment or crippled in a van? How does it matter? I can drive up to any Walmart in the country and pick up groceries. They'll throw them in the back if I'm really bad off. But I think that traveling and living in a van is going to make me more mobile. Like when I've chased the weather and I find a day like today, I'm going to want to be outside, not inside. I'm tired of inside. It's old now. And, you're ungrateful. There's another negative. You're ungrateful. You're not thankful. Why aren't you thankful? Why can't you be content? Because that's not who I am. I'm not a grateful senior apartment dweller. I don't like it. I watched a woman the other day. She's all hunched over. Just moved into Cheryl's old place. Shirley died. And she's struggling and moaning and and she finally gets the door up. I'm like, ma'am, may I help you? May I help you? And I didn't know she was deaf. So I'm like, and the little doggy is trying to come to me. He's on a leash and she's dragging it. And it's like, this is just terrible. And I took my garbage, that's what I was doing. I took my garbage to the chute, and then I saw there was some people gathered outside under the awning, so I went outside. They like to smoke there, you know. And I said, hey, do you guys know this new woman in, Cheryl's apartment? And I says, well, it's like she almost fell through the door. I said, she's all hunched. I said, what is she doing here? She should be in assisted living. Well, she drives real well. I'm like, you're kidding me. She drives? She can't even stand up straight. I mean, she's literally, this being her head. And I was shocked. Now, that's someone, that I would think, no, you can't live in a van. But she has a beautiful little transit, a little mini transit. Maybe she was living in that. Who the heck knows? All the boxes. She had her apartment door open today. You're not supposed to do that. There was an empty box sitting outside of her apartment. I looked, and it was nothing but stacked boxes everywhere. I'm like, wow. And then there was furniture too, and I'm like, where is this woman gonna put all this stuff? Which led me back to, I don't want stuff. I'm not looking for things anymore. I did that. It was fun. I'm sorry I did it. Talk about regrets. No, I don't regret selling my trailer or my car. You know what I regret? All the shit I bought to live in this new apartment. Now I got to get rid of it all. Bad move. My bad. But, I was like, I'm going to stay here forever. Don't count your chickens before they hatch. So, I have a lot of people, including my children, wanting me to stay where I am. And I can't help it, but my soul keeps saying, I don't want to live in Florida. I don't want to stay here. Why would I keep an apartment where I don't want to be? Sure, I'd like to come back for maybe a month if I can have some days like this. Yeah, but to struggle in the heat in a van, because, December was hot. It was. And I really hope January and February is going to be better. So, maybe I could spend the month of December in my kids' place. On the nights that it's cool, I could sleep in my van. And then I could tool around Florida January and February if the weather is good. And if it isn't, then I want to go north until I find the weather I desire, which is this, 60, 64. Sunny, breezy, beautiful. Lots to see. So who are you, Nikki? I'm strong. I'm brave. I'm fearless. I can be content if I'm doing what I like to do, not what everybody else thinks I should do. That's no way to live. And I had to shut down the negative voices from my head and from the outside world. And that included comments that were made when I visited van lifers and I said, this is what I want to do. And they were like, keep your apartment. Are you crazy? There's homeless people out there. And? What does that mean? There's always going to be homeless people out there. They basically choose it, guys. Don't think the majority don't choose it. But then there are that handful that didn't want to be there, and they are. And it might increase because of the way the economy is. I don't know if it's going to improve under the new administration. There's no guarantees. We've deaded ourselves into a real hole, and no one really knows what that's going to look like next month, next 6 months, next year. So here I am, enjoying a gorgeous Florida day and philosophizing about who I am and what I want and what I'm going to do next. So, what are my plans? It's a new year. One of the things I want to do, as I've mentioned before, is tomorrow I'm going to call a particular garage that has a diagnostic computer, and I'm going to have them hook her up, because the three things I want to make sure are good is the engine, and the light is on my dashboard right now, though no one can figure out why. My engine light, my brake, and ABS lights are on, and I want to find out, is my engine and transmission and catalytic converter all good? Because those are the biggies. And if they're all good, then I'm going to get that thing fixed where that guy loosened some sort of fitting in the front of my hood, under the hood. I got to get that fixed, and then I'm going to start working on the interior. I'm going to vacuum it and mop it, and I'm going to lay down this insulation I bought. It's a heat shield and insulation, and that's going to be beautiful for the floor, because boy does that floor get hot. Mercy. And yeah. And then I'm going to start outfitting it. I think what I'm going to do at first, it's going to change. Everything I hear from other van lifers is, as you live in it, you're going to change. And you're going to change the things about it. So I think I'm going to buy for $139 is this nifty little metal day bed. And it's got lots of space underneath. That's perfect. I'm going to make my bed, and I'll have a couch at the same time. And then the rest of it has to be extremely primitive and simple. I am not I don't want to mess with machinery, with faucets and pipes and no, I don't want to do all that. I may eventually figure out how to get the solar panel put on the roof, and it would have to have a hole somewhere in the vehicle, and that would have to go into the inverter and all that crap, and I am just no good at any of that. No good. What an ugly dog. Thank God the wind's blowing that way. Yikes. That dog needs a diet. So do I. Right. So, yeah. Speaking of diets, I'm hungry. Sounds like a good time to go to the grocery store and buy some salad goodies, because I think I'd like a big old salad. And I have leftover elbow macaroni at home. Yummy. Maybe I'll make like a Greek salad with pasta in it. Doesn't that sound good? Some little grape tomatoes, some cucumber. I have red onion at home. I need lettuce. I just used all that. I like romaine, darker greens, they say, darker greens. So, yeah. Today I just feel super happy. I don't want to go back to the apartment, but that's where my life is at right at this moment. I'd rather sit right here and make a salad, And one day soon I will. I'll be outside. I'll bring my little wagon with all my goodies, and I'll sit here with my chopping board and or maybe I'll buy the salad already in the bag, just dump everything in the bag, shake it like Nikki Delventhal does. I don't like that she cuts her carrot with her teeth and spits it in the salad bag. To each his own. Nothing against you, Nikki, if you ever watch my channel. But yeah, she seems like a really sweet girl. And now she has a van too. Yay! Right. She was in a Prius. Bless her heart. Yeah, when you're young and agile, you can live in a Prius. Sure. Meanwhile, my daughter Rachel has bronchitis again. Please pray for her. Especially pray that she quits smoking. That would be a big plus. Her roommate come home sick, and now she's sick too, so. Bless his heart. She said he went to bed last night, and he hasn't been up since. I hope she checks on him if he's still in bed. I told her, go get some makings for egg lemon soup. I said, forget the egg, though. Just do chicken lemon broth and drink that. It really clears your chest out. She says, right now I got to go to the clinic and get antibiotics. And walk the dog first, yeah. Well, I've been 20 minutes on, and I just wanted to tell you some of the revelations I'm thinking and some of the things I tell myself and things I want to tell myself. It's a new year full of unlimited possibilities. It's endless. The things you can do, the things you can learn, the things you can see. It doesn't have to be safe and efficient and cheap. I know. Nikki, you got it good. You're in an apartment that costs $241 a month, free electric, no water or sewer. It's a dream come true for a lot of people. And I hope the one who gets my apartment can live with it despite all the noise and the craziness going on around them. And who knows, maybe Screaming Mimi will either die or move on. And Bob the Builder might get tired of building and renovating, and whatever she's doing, it sounds like demo going on night and day. Wouldn't I get that apartment? Wouldn't I get it? You know, there was such joy when I first got it, and I was decorating it, and it was quiet, except for the woman upstairs when her relatives would visit. Mercy. And then, then Screaming Mimi moved in. Lordy. It's gonna be all right. I'm getting out of there. I'm gonna go on grand adventures. I'm going to see different places. Maybe I'll pick a place I want to apply to, maybe I'll want to settle down again one day, or maybe I won't. My idea is a little piece of land with, a little shed I could put on it. Nothing fancy, People break into stuff, though. It's crazy. I would just keep everything in my van, and then when I wanted to stay for a while in my shed, I would just move my bed and stuff into that and live there. I know. No electricity, Nikki. No running water. No toilet to flush. No. Also, no bathroom to wash. No kitchen to keep clean. Well, I will have a, what do you call it? A little stove, a little Coleman I have. 2-burner. Gotta keep that clean. But, I won't be cooking inside. It's messy and it attracts, vermin. We don't want vermin. Oh, man. Oh, what a glorious day. I've got a wonderful feeling. Everything's going my way. That's my story, and I'm sticking to it.